Yes, dear ones, and this is Tara, and what a pleasure it is to be speaking with you this evening. Certainly so. As we take a moment to register the many changes that have been occurring during this time of Sirius. As you are filled with the love and the light of the goddess, the changes come easily and may even be more profound than you expected. And those changes are reflected in your world as well. And certainly so, as Katrina began the evening before the recording started, the Equinox Workshop will be moved to the next weekend, that of the 25th and the 26th of September, to take advantage of that second bump of energy on September 23rd. The Syrian energy infused into your self, into your soul and spirit, communicated by your higher self through you and all of your lifetimes. And so to take advantage of that shift, we are moving the workshop to the next weekend. And the theme of this equinox is to expand your perceptions. For those of you who've been working with Lazarus, most recently, the workshop on creating the keys to creating a brilliant future, perception is one of the keys. For as you expand your perceptions beyond the familiar senses into the other senses, as you allow yourself to shift and change in beautiful new ways, the reality that you are able to perceive in the physical plane changes. Your ability to sense the new world of dominion that you are co-creating with God and Goddess is enhanced. Your senses tell you that you are on track. Your senses open to new information that has never been. For it is, of course, tempting to look to the past, to what is known for the clues. And yet what is required of you is to look to what is not yet known, to explore the unknown. And so we will be working with you to expand and enhance your perceptions. And we invite you to join us. And so for this evening, certainly so, to continue working with the Syrian energy, facilitating deeper levels of change within you, a meditation to open your senses, to allow you to listen to your voice, the voice of your soul. And so find your comfortable position and begin to relax. Simply close your eyes and lean back to get into the most comfortable position that is right for you, for the purpose of meditating. And we will count from 10 to 1. At the count of 1, you will find yourself in your safe place. Your safe place may be a beautiful place in nature or a room of your own design. And as you take a breath in, a breath of relaxation, allow it to fill your being, to release the stress and strain from your day. And on the exhale, simply let go. Allow the muscles to release and relax as well. And perhaps you find your body settling deeper into the cushions. And as you breathe in more relaxation, you feel a peace and calm. And the cells respond, releasing any tension, any residue, any energies that are not yours, releasing them to the earth on the exhale. 10, continuing to breathe, relaxing more and more. 9, 8, begin to visualize your safe place. 7, 6, 5, going deeper, letting go. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and you are there in your safe place. Feel the earth or the floor beneath your feet. Perhaps you sense the tingling of the earth energy as it comes up to greet you, to welcome you, to fill your safe place with even more safety, more than is required. A beautiful, delicious feeling of safety. And you feel yourself relax and smile. And as you open your mental eyes, if you haven't opened them already, to look around safety, to see, perhaps you put a beautiful crystal sphere or some other symbol of safety there for you, to remember this is your safe place. And as you make note of the time of day, and you open your senses to the sights and the sounds, and perhaps even the smell of safety, a wonderful, wonderful feeling fills you with joy. And so today, we work with you to open your sense of sound, to give it more depth, more meaning, to allow you to listen to your own voice, the voice of your soul. And so invite your higher self to join you in your safe place. Your higher self will guide you to the temple of soul. And at the edge of safety, you see a beautiful being of light. Or perhaps your higher self comes in personified form, familiar to you. And as you greet each other, perhaps you embrace or hold hands. See the love your higher self has for you. And you feel your heart open. And in the love of your higher self, you understand to simply relax, for your higher self begins to weave a beautiful cocoon of light around both of you. Perhaps it comes as a mist, silvery, or a rainbow of color swirling around you. Whatever form that cocoon takes, allow it to form. It becomes a vessel for you to travel to the Temple of Soul. And the more you are cocooned, the lighter your physicality becomes. It is as though you are pure energy. And as you look at your hands, it is as though you don't see hands, you see light. And you recognize that your true self is a being of light. And as you look over to your higher self also a being of light, radiant, brilliant. And as the cocoon is complete, you feel yourself lifting, moving higher and higher, floating higher above safety, leaving safety in this cocoon of light. You feel yourself drifting. Your higher self guides you to the Temple of Soul. As you drift further and higher, leaving behind any doubt or worry, any fear, replaced with enthusiasm and excitement about what is to come. For your voice, the voice of your soul, is something you have longed to hear more clearly. And there are times when you hear your soul calling you. Perhaps you have a special experience and you think, ah, that was my soul. And if your soul has remained mysterious, it is in the mystery that you find the information you seek. For some of you, it is in the creativity when you activate your imagination. You feel closer to your soul. For some, it is music in between the words, in the feeling of the song. And for some, it is simply in the earth, the activities, interfacing with that which is tangible, perhaps utilizing your hands, or simply exploring nature. And before you know it, you are drifting down Gently so, you feel the sensation of being pulled down toward the temple of soul. And there's a definite sensation in your feet as the cocoon lands. And immediately it dissolves so that it is you and your higher self standing before the entrance to your temple of soul. Perhaps it looks exactly like it always does. Or perhaps the doorway has changed, or you have changed. And as you step forward, you feel a gentle tug at your solar plexus calling you forward to enter, for you are always welcome. Your soul always welcomes you home, for this is your temple. And you see the circle at the center of the temple. It may be intricately carved into the floor. It may be simple, yet profound in its placement. And you find yourself taking your place at the very center of the temple, and you look around. Perhaps there's a beautiful symmetry. Perhaps there is a recognition from lifetimes ago, as though you were part of the architect, part of the blueprint. And as you look up above you, you notice an opening, and a single star twinkles brightly, shimmering, glimmering, multicolored, and you recognize it as Sirius. And you remember it is a time of Sirius, and it is the portal for your soul, as it is also for God and Goddess. And your soul, a singular beam of light, begins to descend from the heavens, from this star, and gently envelops you in a glorious beam of light. And as you look at your hands, you feel the tingling of this energy of your soul. You feel the energy awakening your DNA in new ways. Perhaps you look to your higher self for confirmation. Is this real? And your higher self nods and says, yes, this is your soul. And you are here today to hear the voice of your soul in a new, profound way. You are awakening. Your senses are being impacted by the future that you are creating. And so you feel a shift in one of your chakras. Perhaps it is your solar plexus. Perhaps there was a weight there, an anxiety, a fear, or a doubt that has dissipated and been replaced with a new feeling of excitement. Perhaps it is your throat chakra. You're longing to hear the voice of your soul. You recognize it is a longing to hear your own voice in all its majesty. And it is as though your throat chakra is freed of any judgments, of any self-doubt. Replaced by joyous celebration. Perhaps it is your heart chakra that your soul is attuning, blending with you beautifully so. And you feel the walls that you have put up between you and the goddess. They dissolve. You realize, I put the wall there. It was my protection. It was never the goddess's choice. And now I have grown strong enough that I don't need the wall anymore. And you feel a warmth, a glow deep in your heart chakra, a comfort, the goddess's love. Perhaps it is your sixth chakra that has awakened today with new visions. You have longed to see your soul for so long. But you needed to hear your soul's voice first. And in this beautiful resonance, allow the sound that you hear in the temple of your soul, the beautiful song of your soul, to open your sixth chakra center, to allow you to perceive the new world. For it is your creation, not yours alone. You are co-creating it with other mapmaker magicians, with your higher self and soul and spirit as well, with God and Goddess. You are a conscious co-creator. It is time to take your place. It is time to know that you are not alone. That you belong. That this time is right. That you matter. And you feel a shift in your very being as the mattering that comes from soul fills you on a cellular level. Your body has craved it for so long, to know that you matter. And you feel it in your fingertips and your toes. For the energy has flowed right into you and through you. Perhaps it is the crown chakra that is anointed today to reconnect yourself with soul. Just as when you reconnect with an old friend who you haven't seen in a long time, the reconnection process is one of joy and wonder. It's as though no time has passed. It's as though time does not exist. And as your crown chakra opens, the familiarity of your soul awakens within you. And you feel that rush of joy. And you wonder, why did I wait so long? Why did I hold back? There's nothing to fear here. There's nothing to be sorry for. There's nothing to regret. Your soul's answer is always yes. It only requires you to ask the question. To make the invitation. Perhaps it is the second chakra that calls you today. There is that urge to create something new within each of you. And that urge lives in your second chakra, beautifully so. It cannot be extinguished. The source of it is your soul. It may have been dimmed from time to time. And you may have walked through your time on earth saying, I'm not really that creative. It wasn't really me. It was automatic. And yet, as you let that flow away, the untruth that you told yourself, you can feel the spark within you, the spark of creativity that is your soul, that is your origin. And you feel a beautiful warmth of love fill your second chakra. And you recognize how important you are to this co-creation, this communion with God and Goddess that is bringing in the new world. And for some of you, it is the first chakra. In some ways, the most sacred of all. For the first chakra connects you with your physicality. It was the choice you made to be here, to be physical, to explore reality in a new way that had never been. Before being physical, you were only energy. This was a new experiment. You wanted to see time and space. You wanted to explore different permutations of reality. You wanted to explore the new senses you were given with this physical body. You wanted to feel that connection to Earth, to the planet, to the universe that is your creation. And as you claim that choice, I made that choice. It is part of my spiritual destiny to be a part of this exploration, this evolution of humanity, human consciousness, bringing in the physical element. With that ownership, you feel the presence of the consciousness of Earth, like the goddess and God, expressed as Earth, a new domain that had never been, that came about through choice. And as we've been working through each chakra, know that each of you have received the blessings with each one. But one stood out, one spoke to you and can be your access to the voice of your soul. And it may change from time to time. If you repeat the meditation in the future, you may have a different chakra connect you to soul more deeply. And so to enjoy the exploration, it can be different, for you are changed with each encounter with your soul. And so your soul's beam of light returns to star Sirius, and as you look above, you see the twinkling of the star. You see the beam has gone, returned home. And your higher self takes you by the hand and begins the process, the cocooning process. And this time you sense the cocoon differently. You contribute to the weaving of the cocoon. And so it builds faster than before, even more brilliant. And you sense a new communion with higher self, a deeper love, a sharing of an experience with soul. And so you feel yourself drift up through this opening at the top of the Temple of Soul. You are drifting towards Sirius. And the light of Sirius brings you back to safety in a moment. And there you are. The cocoon dissipates as though it was never there. An illusion of light, an illusion of safety. And so it's time to say goodbye to higher self, knowing you have changed. And your higher self moves to the edge of safety to return to their realm. Always available, always there watching, being with you in every experience. You need only call. And so it's time to return to this time and space, remembering all that is appropriate to you. At the count of 5, you will be back, whole and complete, remembering all that is appropriate. Knowing the change is complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Open your eyes and you are back. Beautifully so. You went deeper than you know. And so perhaps you touch your legs or your arms or tap your forehead gently to ground you back into your physical body. And perhaps to take a moment to register the change that has occurred.